Nice Pee-wee shirt.
Thanks. Hi, I am Flynn.
And I'm Richard.
And together we are TrickyBricks, and we are contestants on LEGO Masters Season 1. And we are here to talk about Episode 5, the Mega City Challenge. Mm-hmm. So, when we first came into the workroom, we were presented with a giant grid of a city, and sort of like checkerboard form, there were empty squares, and then there were squares that already had buildings on them.
And the buildings were tall. I mean, the ones that were already there were at least this tall.
So we were tasked with building our own city block, and we had to come up with a theme, and it had to tell a story, and it had to show technical ability, and all the same things that we always have to show. But they really, really wanted us to go big. So what we opted out for was to do a sort of entertainment center. We wanted a place where the citizens could go and get away from the stress of the city. But we also kind of wanted it to be like a theme park, like an indoor theme park. And it's like Disneyland with its different lands. We decided to have 4 different buildings, each in a different color, that would match our themes.
And you know, Flynn had the idea when we first ran into the gallery to see the mega city built, to pick a corner so that we could actually, if we did 4 towers on our corner, people could see through because it wasn't just a frontal presentation. They could get around 2 sides of it.
So we opted for these 4 different sort of lands or themes. We had a beach theme,
a yellow and orange,
a jungle theme,
in green and lime green,
right, and then we had the fantasy forest,
purple and pink,
and then we had the winter complex, which
blue
was,
and white.
Right, and then we decided to ultimately go with white as an accent color for all of the buildings. Mm-hmm. So our window treatments. Richard had an idea to have bridges that went across between each tower so that, you know, you could get from place to place without having to go all the way down to the bottom floor.
Yeah, it was supposed to, all of that was supposed to be scenic. When you were about, 6 floors up, there was an open park supported by columns, and you could see out, you could go on the bridges, and later on that served us really, really well.
Right, so we were able to have like a jungle walk, we had a little mini beach, we had an ice skating rink, and our little fantasy forest walkthrough. It was really fun. The time went quickly though, and we did use, you know, because we used accent colors, because we spent time doing window treatments, the time really went fast, and I feel like we didn't get the height that we would have wanted because we spent so much time on details.
And one thing that really held us back actually was using all of these colors that weren't the main primaries, because there were a zillion 2x4 bricks. I could take armloads of 2x4 pink bricks, but try to get 1x2s or 2x2s or any of the support things to make a window actually fit, and that slows you down.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot, so there was a lot of like turn to the side 2x4 bricks in that model. But also too, when you're going fast, you want to use bigger than 2x4 bricks because you just got to lay down. So I was a little disappointed. I didn't think we would be in the bottom 2 because I thought our color work was so strong and our theming was so strong. But then there was a twist. So the big twist was now we had to make our city under attack. And I think maybe you weren't super happy about that at first.
I wasn't. At first I was mad because I was really tired. We had built for a long time on the Meg City, like really a long time. And then I got sad because we had made this utopia where people could go and escape from the rigors of being in a mega city and just have fun, and all their cares would be gone. And I put a lot of effort into making happy faces and people being joyous, and we had to just smash all that.
So we didn't have to smash it. There was no baseball bat involved.
Well, we had to get in the way of some of that joy. And then Flynn reminded me that we love monsters and monster movies, so that changed my entire perspective.
So we decided to go with a sort of like 50s monster movie idea with this like giant insect that was going to be attacking, and I thought it would be a really great idea to do spiders because I knew there was a whole drawer of the little Lego spiders, but I also happened to know that when Richard was a kid, his mom kept tarantulas, and so he would probably be the perfect person to make our giant spider queen.
I was terrified of them as a kid. They were in a cage, and I petted them once or twice, and they were furry, but that was about it. It was big, it had giant fangs, and it had orange knees. It was a Mexican red-legged tarantula, and that's what I decided to make.
Yeah, so if you see the video of it, you can see the orange knees that you put on, so it's actually accurate to the kind of spider that he was doing. So we added on our giant spider, we added on all of our little spiders, And then you spent a lot of time redoing all of the minifigures. Now, luckily, some of them had scared faces on the other sides of their heads, but not all of them. So you spent a lot of time repositioning those and making the spider, while I spent time adding more floors onto our building so we could get nice and tall, and making spider webs. I put spider webs everywhere. I used regular Lego spider webs. I also strung together one by end plates, like sort of strung them up. There was a huge giant spider web on one side and little ones all over. And in the end, I think it worked really well for us, as Brickmaster Amy pointed out. She really liked all the mayhem. They liked all the minifigures stuck to the webs, and I think it really helped. It really helped out with our build.
And I know we only have a moment left, but I wanted to say we were over the moon when animators walked up to us after the judging and said they wanted to animate our piece. They met with us. We were totally fanboying out on them and the work that they do, and they were really into our piece.
Yeah,
and I think what they did with that animation is so fun.
I love the animation. I just keep watching it over and over again because it's so cool. But so. Then, of course, at the end, we had to have elimination, and this one was really tough. Now, I love everybody who was on the show, and it was sad to see anybody go, but we were very close with Crystal and Amy, and to have them go home was devastating. I think we were all really sad. They brought so much light and energy and fun into the room, and they brought that into all of their builds, so it was really sad to see them go. And by Crystal and Amy, we love y'all so much.
And your buildings were beautiful.
Yes.
Cyberpunk City was really beautiful.
We really loved it. So thank you all so much for joining us for our recap of Episode 5, the Mega City Build. If you want to ask us any questions, you can email us at flynn@trickybricks.com. You can also follow us on Instagram @TrickyBricks. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can tune in. You can hear us talk about our impressions of different episodes. Also, we'll be doing some how-to videos on lighting, landscaping, how to make your pieces move, and all kind of good stuff like that. So you're going to want to make sure to subscribe so you can see all that cool extra content. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Right, bye.